Sorry about that, technical difficulties. Where we left off, we were looking at the latest chapter of Justice League versus Suicide Squad. So let's take a look. Again, that's Justice League vs. Suicide Squad, the third chapter. See, there's a few covers. There's also a brand new chapter of Justice League, number 12. There's also a new chapter of Midnighter and Apollo, Shade the Changing Girl, and a new Superman. But before we get to that, there's a number of new collections from DC. As you can see, some Catwoman's previous stories are recollected there. It's a 6th volume. Before, Vic was promoting Tom King's work on Grayson. With Tim Seeley, as you can see, that's collected there. And there's also the first wave of DC Rebirth trades, which are great jumping on points. So Superman Volume 1, which is an incredible book. John and I have nothing but good words about it. We praised it a lot yesterday in a video. Check that out on our YouTube page, and I'm going to give you a quick flip through, because this is a great story. If you love Superman, if you're interested in Superman, if you love heartwarming comics, if you think Superman is lame, read this. You'll see why you're wrong.
Yeah, why would anyone think Superman is lame?
I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. Don't want to give away too many spoilers, but as you can see, it's not just the first 7 issues, 1 through 6, plus the Rebirth one-shot. There's also a look at all the variant covers. There's also a sketchbook, which also includes Peter Tomasi's work. And this is just an incredible book. I can't praise it enough. I just can't. Read it. And if you check out the Midtown Comics blog, we recently posted our favorite comics of 2016, and most of us picked Superman Rebirth. We all love it here. It's incredible. Check it out. There's also another new collection, Green Arrow. I was praising that in the other video we had before technical difficulties. This is Ben Percy, Otto Schmidt, and Juan Ferreira. Another great series. I'm going to flip through this real quick for you since we didn't preview it the other day. Don't want to give away too much, but as you can see, Black Canary obviously plays a big role in the story, which is awesome. And if you love the Lemire Sorrentino and Maelo run, you'll be happy to see the return of a few characters like Emiko, Diggle. As you can see, you have character sketches here. Shadow, Black Canary. You have a look at the different covers, the process of the layouts. So this is well worth a double dip if you've already read it. And if you have not, what are you waiting for? Get it. It's awesome. Insert catchy quote here, like Green Arrow Volume 1 hits a bullseye. Anyway, we were praising Superman, number 14, brand new chapter. Pete Tomasi, Patrick Gleason, Ivan Reyes. As you can see here, it involves multiple Supermen, including the return of Red Sun Superman. Let me just show off the page. I know we have a lot of comics to get to, so I'm trying to keep this quick. There you go. Exciting stuff. Love this comic. Got a couple new Vertigo releases, Unfollow and Ever After. As you can see, a couple Valiant releases as well. A&A, Archer and Armstrong, and Faith, number 7. And then we have a bunch of releases from IDW Publishing. They do great work with a bunch of different properties. Gem and the Holograms, G.I. Joe, Optimus Prime, Ragnarok, Star Trek. It isn't out today, but they also do great work with Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, and there's even a Back to the Future trade, which we'll see soon enough. So John will give you a close-up of all these titles. There's a huge variety of comics to read today. And then we get into Image Comics. Speaking of a huge variety of comics, Image Comics, of course, has quite a few titles to choose from. They hit every genre possible. Black Science, that's been going strong, 27 issues now. Ryan Busaletto, Jennifer Young on Cannibal, Nailbiter from Joshua Williamson. He has been working on The Flash. He's also the writer of Justice League vs. Suicide Squad. As you can see, new Heavy Metal above, new Saga, that's especially exciting, new Walking Dead. This is the finale of the Whisperer War. Not going to flip through it, obviously, no spoilers. I see someone ask, is the Optimus Prime title good? I've not read it yet. I've heard nothing but good things from Transformers fans about the way IDW is handling the property, though. It's relatively new. Give it a shot. If you like it, awesome. There's so much to explore with IDW and their Transformers work. If not, oh well, it's not for you. All right, let's see what else there is. The Wicked and the Divine. Enrique Verona, one of the great employees here, he wrote a tremendous blog post about why that book is so important to him. You can check that out at blog.midtowncomics.com. You'll be able to find it with the Wicked and Divine tag. And now we get into Marvel. There's a new chapter of Mark Waid and Mike Del Mundo, a great creative team of their Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, number 3. Not going to flip through it because I don't want to give any potential spoilers. And then we get into U.S.Avengers, number 1. And they're celebrating that with a bunch of variants. As you can see, I'm sure John will show them off. They have a variant for every state, a couple other variants. So they assigned an Avenger to every single state. There's also some new collections up here. And then once we get to the end and see the primary cover, I will give you a preview of this brand new title. And these are all by Rod Reis. So John will give you a close-up. And this is just a sample of the variants. I love that D-Man has his own. He was Scourge for a little bit.
Yeah, he was. I don't know why Puerto Rican White Tiger. I don't know how that makes any sense, but I guess I'll take it.
Actually, Vic and I were just talking about these variants, and he mentioned White Tiger. John, that's your favorite character, right?
The original one, yeah.
Okay, so why do you love White Tiger?
It's, well, let's see. Humberto Ramos was actually, not Humberto Ramos, that's the artist, but Reyes was one of the first Puerto Rican superheroes in Marvel, and he was actually from the same place as, he trained the same place that Iron Fist did, in Kyung-Loon. That's the whole amulets that he has, or that now she has, because this is supposed to be his niece, around her neck, and that gives him all the powers and all the martial arts ability. So yeah, there was a lot of fun with that one.
All right, so here's U.S.Avengers number 1. We're going to give you a look at it. You've seen plenty of covers. There's even more to choose from. They're all available on our site.
There's literally 50 of them.
There's also even more. There's the Scotty Young variant, I know.
And you got Deadpool in Canada. Go figure.
Must have been fun for Rod getting to draw such a huge variety of characters. As you can see, Bullseye's getting his own series, as well as Kingpin and Elektra. I'm really excited about Elektra returning to her own comic. Actually, there are a couple more variants down there if you want to take a look at the Scotty Young and Red Wolf one. Oh, and here's a look at the upcoming Marvel Comics Elektra. And Kingpin, friend of the store, Matthew Rosenberg. We're really excited about that. And keep an eye on our YouTube page, because we will have an interview with Matthew Rosenberg being interviewed by the Kingpin himself. So that'll be fun. That'll likely be uploaded this week, maybe even later today. We'll find out. So once again, U.S.Avengers number 1 on sale today with a ton of variant covers. So be sure to get your home state, your favorite state, your favorite Avenger. And as you can see here, we have the Scotty Young variant and Red Wolf. He's down there as well. And there's a bunch of other ones that are not on display right in the front. You'll have to flip through them to get all of them. And before we move forward, let's take a look at the new Marvel releases. There's a hardcover of The Amazing Spider-Man, a prelude to Monsters Unleashed, which we do have a Midtown Comics exclusive variant of by Arthur Adams. You can check that out on our website. And also an epic collection of some of the Incredible Hulk's previous stories, but also Star Wars, Han Solo, Marjorie Liu, and Mark Brooks. prepare yourself for the Han Solo movie by picking this up. All right. Then we have a few more new releases from Marvel. New chapter Sam Wilson, Captain America number 17, which also made it on the Midtown Comics Best Comics of 2016 list. It's also a new chapter of The Champions. And the strangest comic possible this week, Deadpool the Duck, number 1. Deadpool and Howard the Duck. Let's take a look. It's the comic that you never expected to see. And I have not read it yet, though, but it looks very fun, of course. I mean, how could it not be? It's Deadpool and Howard the Duck. So if you just want some fun escapism, this seems to be your go-to comic this week. And as you can see, features a cameo by Rocket Raccoon. Deadpool the Duck, number 1. Have some fun. As you can see, there's a few variants. There's also a collected edition of the online, the digital comic Deadpool Too Soon. If you really, really love Guardians of the Galaxy, they're recollecting it as a comic so you can relive all the fun that movie had to offer. There's also Hawkeye number 2. Kate Bishop stepping into her own series. If you loved the very awesome Hawkeye run, this is a mandatory pickup for you. I mean, how could it not be? So as you can see, it feels like a very organic follow-up to the highly praised run by Fraction and David. I probably butchered the pronunciation of his last name. I'm sorry. All right. So once again, Hawkeye number 2, featuring Kate Bishop, and also the start of a brand new Moon Knight run. This has been a really good title with Jeff Lemire and Greg Smallwood. This is issue 10, but it's the start of a new story arc, Death and Birth, as you can see up here. So it's pretty cool. Marvel now has this in the corner whenever there's a good jumping on point. Obviously, every issue can serve as a jumping on point because there's an adequate intro, but in this case, it's whenever a new story starts, which is very convenient. So this has been very good. Keep my fingers crossed that he will get his own Netflix show, because he would be a perfect fit for that. And 12 episodes or so would be such a great chance to show and prove to people that, no, he is not a Batman ripoff. There's so much more to the character.
I think 12 episodes will be able to cover all his multiple personalities, though.
All right, one more page. So once again, brand new story of Moon Knight starts here. Check it out. And also the trade for Volume 1 went on sale recently. It's also brand new Nova, 2nd issue, so the follow-up of the new series. Scarlet Witch number 14, Slapstick number 2. We were talking before about fun escapism. Slapstick, obviously. Spider-Man 2099, as you can see on that great cover, also features Elektra. And Vic, I know you've been reading The Unworthy Thor. So,
Yes.
Why should people read The Unworthy Thor?
It's excellent. It's just flat out excellent. If anyone's been reading Aaron's run since God
Thor,
of Thunder,
God of Thunder, which is incredible. Go read
yeah,
it.
it's
show off the
just
comic while Vic
it's like the
talks.
culmination of like all his ideas. And
Better A
it's-
Bill.
Yeah, it's and the art, and really for me, what's really making me read it is it's Oliver Coipel on art, and anytime he draws anything, I want to read it because the artwork is just that good, and it's definitely getting closer to tying into the upcoming crossover event that Thor's having with the Shi'ar, the Asgard versus Shi'ar Empire storyline. So you can see that starting to build up in this series as well.
Now I'm a little behind. Have they revealed what was whispered in Thor's ear yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
They're
So
getting there.
Still
They're getting
keeping
there.
it a mystery.
They're getting there. They're getting
But it's a
there.
great story regardless.
Yeah, I highly would. Yeah, it's so good. And it's a mini series, so you don't have to invest that much into it. And it's just only, I think it's like 5 or 6 issues. So that means you're just gonna get like the best story you can in like the short amount of time.
Yeah, I was never a Thor fan, but Thor God of Thunder really won
Jason
me
Aaron
over.
completely
So
turned me around on that.
especially Saad Ribic's artwork. There's some great pages in there, some huge action. It is some crazy
Pretty much
cosmic
Aaron is
action
the
in
reason
there.
why
Yeah.
I started reading Thor, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah, and I went back and I started looking at other stories just because of what Jason Aaron has done so far, and it's really good. It's just really good.
Vic, thank you very much, man.
You're welcome, guys.
All right, and then we have a brand new release from Marvel. Well, they're all brand new releases. A brand new series from Marvel, The Unstoppable Wasp. Number 1, a brand new Wasp.
He might, yeah, I think so, yeah. Maybe let me just get all 3. Yeah, thanks, super. Here.
Oh, jeez, there's a...
As you can see, there are a lot of cameos. It looks like a lot of fun. Don't want to give away too much, so gonna end it there with Ms. Marvel. Alright, so brand new series from Marvel, Unstoppable Wasp, number 1. If you liked Ant-Man, if you're excited about Ant-Man and the Wasp, check it out. And then, fitting, we end on my favorite Marvel series, Old Man Logan. Jeff Lemire, Andrea Sorrentino, Marcelo Maelo. Now this is part 1 of a brand new story arc. I believe, I try not to spoil this series for myself, but I believe it has Wolverine taking on the Brood. Wow. I mean, with this, it's easy to understand why I love Sorrentino and Maelo's work so much. And Jeff Lemire is such a gifted writer. I don't know how he writes so many titles, but he does it, and they're all so good. Got Black Hammer over at Dark Horse, this, Bloodshot over at Valiant. He's working with Scott Snyder on AD after that. The dude does so much, and it's all so good. Should we leave it on that, or should we show another?
Leave it on that.
Okay, we'll leave it on that. Old Man Logan, number 16, start of a brand new story arc. Check it out. So that's it for the latest look at New Comic Book Day. We hope you enjoyed watching. Be sure to leave your feedback in the comments below, and we'll see you next week. Have a good time reading, and be good to each other. See you then.